Several new developments in South suburban Dolton today. First, the state comptroller has suspended some payments to the village because it has failed to follow the law by providing financial reports.
South suburban politician Tiffany Henyard appears to have lost control of both governments.
Today, we're diving into the controversial story of Dolton's super mayor Tiffany Henyard. The self-proclaimed super mayor has been making waves, and not the calm, peaceful kind you'd expect from local leadership. Henyard has stirred up enough controversy to spark a storm of criticism, particularly when it comes to her relationship with Dolton City Council, her questionable spending habits, and a lifestyle that some say is more celebrity than public servant. And now, the latest twist, she's reportedly using her influence over the police force to target her critics. Yes, that's right, arresting her own city council members could be on the table. So what exactly is happening in Dolton? And how did Henyard go from mayor to what some are calling the Dolton dictator? Let's dive in.
The legal appointment, that's what the trustees I talked to are calling this. They say the news took them by surprise, and now they're talking to legal counsel to figure out their next steps.
First off, Tiffany Henyard isn't your typical mayor. Elected in 2021 to lead Dolton, a small town on the outskirts of Chicago, she came in with promises of change and fresh leadership. But since taking office, Henyard has faced a whirlwind of controversies that leave people wondering if she's really interested in serving her community or if the position is just a stepping stone for her ambitions. And recently, her critics have accused her of taking things too far by allegedly turning Dolton's police force into her personal security team, using them to intimidate anyone who questions her actions. It's a high-stakes power play with all the drama you'd expect from a reality TV show.
It's a power grab. That's it. Power and money grab.
Imagine this: a town hall meeting, the place packed with residents and council members, some eager to discuss real issues affecting Dolton, others there simply to witness the latest showdown. According to witnesses, Henyard has been known to walk into these meetings flanked by her own police entourage, officers who are paid on the taxpayer's dime, by the way. This security detail has reportedly been instructed to keep an eye on those who oppose her, even following council members around town to send a message. It's no secret that Henyard doesn't appreciate criticism. In fact, she's not shy about going after her critics. In a recent Facebook Live video, she hinted she might even press charges against some of her own council members, calling them part of a money grab conspiracy against her.
You know, wrong is wrong, and there's a time to hold people responsible and accountable for their actions.
And this isn't just talk. Sources say that Henyard has already directed police officers to monitor certain council members who have spoken out against her policies. It's been reported that former Dolton Police Chief Robert Collins revealed Henyard had once asked him to target people on her behalf, using his position to advance her agenda. This type of power move has sparked outrage among Dolton's residents and council members alike, with many feeling that their voices are being silenced. For someone in a small town, Henyard's moves are bold, and she's using every ounce of her influence to stay in power.
The township residents are paying for her fund.
But the drama doesn't stop there. Tiffany Henyard's leadership style isn't just about putting pressure on her critics. It's also about how she's allegedly spending Dolton's money. Let's talk about her spending habits. Reports reveal that Henyard has made some eye-watering purchases, all while the village sinks deeper and deeper into debt. According to former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot, who was hired to investigate Dolton's finances, the town's general fund balance was once a decent $61 million. By May 2024, it had plunged into a deficit of $65 million. So where did all that money go?
Who would make a one-day purchase of over $40,000 to Amazon? And the main thing is, what is it?
Here's where things get shocking. Henyard allegedly used Dolton's credit cards for her own high-end tastes, charging purchases at stores like Amazon, Target, Walgreens, and Wayfair, and we're not talking about everyday office supplies. Lightfoot's report details specific transactions, including one on Amazon for an astounding $43,000, followed by two more purchases on the same day for around $5,000 each. And then there was the Wayfair charge, almost $8,000 spent in one day. Trustees and residents alike were stunned by the details. Many were left wondering how on earth these purchases could benefit a struggling town like Dolton.
I'm sure you guys had an awesome time on the backs of taxpayers, but what do we gain from any of these trips? We gain nothing.
And it wasn't just online shopping. Henyard has reportedly been traveling in style too. Village records show that she and her team enjoyed first-class trips to places like New York, Atlanta, and Portland, spending thousands on high-end accommodations. In Atlanta, she stayed at the Four Seasons, racking up a hotel bill close to $9,000, and her New York trip included a $13,000 stay at the Marriott Marquis in Times Square. All of this while Dolton residents are struggling with basic services and some even fearing the town won't be able to pay its employees. For Henyard, though, it's just another day in the life of a super mayor.
Hey guys, this is Super Mayor Tiffany Henyard, the People's Mayor and People's Supervisor.
This spending frenzy hasn't gone unnoticed. Many Dolton residents, like Andrea McKay, feel personally betrayed by Henyard's apparent disregard for the town's finances. "I am devastated," McKay said. "We have senior citizens that can't even afford basic necessities. And it's not just residents. Trustees like Tammy Brown are also calling for change." Brown has said that Dolton needs a clean house come the next election, making it clear that Henyard's days might be numbered if residents have their way.
I am about to address some things as the supervisor. There will be no comments, there won't be anything, it'll just be me addressing you guys to tell you what's going on.
But let's rewind a bit, because Henyard's influence extends beyond Dolton. She also serves as the supervisor for neighboring Thornton Township, where she's apparently employed similar tactics. Thornton Township's credit card records reveal she spent over $67,000 on trips, meals, and other expenses that critics argue have little to do with township business. She's been photographed attending upscale dinners and rubbing shoulders with high-profile figures, even meeting with the president at one point. To her critics, these outings are nothing more than publicity stunts funded by the taxpayers. But Henyard defends her actions, saying that these trips are necessary for building relationships and securing resources for her community. However, with the township now facing financial challenges, residents aren't convinced.
Please tell me how you're out of order. You're out of order. How do they operate, trustee?
And as if all of this weren't enough, Henyard's troubles are about to get a lot more intense. The FBI is reportedly investigating her administration. Federal subpoenas have been issued targeting her spending in Dolton and Thornton Township, which could spell serious trouble for Henyard. The investigation is also following up on Lightfoot's findings, which painted a picture of financial mismanagement. Henyard's critics are hopeful that the investigation will bring some much-needed transparency to the village's financial woes, while her supporters say it's nothing more than a smear campaign.
I'm here to appoint my police chief,
With federal scrutiny mounting, you might think Henyard would be lying low, but that's not her style. In fact, she's doubling down, launching her reelection campaign with the confidence of someone who believes they're invincible. Despite the avalanche of criticism, she insists she's still Dolton's best option, claiming that her opponents are simply jealous of her success. In her words, everything we do is for the people. But we're under attack. To Henyard, the ongoing investigations are just another obstacle for her to overcome. Of course, her critics see it differently. Many claim Henyard has resorted to intimidation tactics, reportedly targeting business owners who refuse to contribute to her campaign. Take the story of Lawrence Gardner, a Dolton trucking business owner, who says his license was revoked after he refused to pay Henyard's so-called contributions. According to Gardner, Henyard demanded an annual donation, and when he stopped paying, city officials found reasons to shut down his business. It's not an isolated incident either. Other business owners have come forward with similar stories, alleging that Henyard uses her power to retaliate against anyone who doesn't fall in line. These stories paint a picture of a leader who's less interested in helping her community and more focused on maintaining control.
One way that the government always does it is to go and investigate people around her, and that's what they're doing here.
Even as Henyard gears up for re-election, her past actions are coming back to haunt her. Recently, her landlord, Janetta Hull, filed an eviction lawsuit claiming that Henyard and her boyfriend, Kamal Woods, haven't paid rent since August. Hull, who once considered Henyard a friend, says she's owed thousands and that Henyard even changed the locks on the property to keep her out. Hull's frustration mirrors that of many in Dolton. She once believed in Henyard's promises of change, but now feels betrayed.
We talked to Tiffany Henyard's landlord, and she says she came to this Thornton Township meeting Tuesday night hoping to get paid what she says she's owed.
And what's next for Dolton's super mayor? As federal investigations continue, many are questioning whether Henyard's controversial reign will finally come to an end, or will she manage to hold on to power, using her influence over the police and the town's resources to silence her critics. And as for her eviction, will it serve as a wake-up call, or just another chapter in the ongoing saga of Dolton's most controversial leader? With so many questions left unanswered, the story of Tiffany Henyard is far from over. But one thing's for sure, in Dolton, things are only going to get more intense from here. Despite facing an eviction, federal investigations, and mounting opposition from her own city council, Henyard seems determined to stay in power. Her campaign has reportedly received little funding so far, but that hasn't stopped her from pushing forward with her plans. She claims she has Dolton's best interests at heart, but many residents remain skeptical, pointing to her lavish lifestyle and iron-fisted control over Dolton's police force.
I will be seeking arrests for individuals involved. I will be pressing charges.
So what do you think? Is Mayor Henyard really working in the best interests of her community? Or has her leadership turned into a spectacle of power and privilege? And with the FBI stepping in, will Dolton finally see some accountability? Or is this just another chapter in a never-ending drama? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for all the latest on this and other trending stories. Thanks for watching and see you next time.